Hello everyone, my name is Griffin, and this is Stitching with the Griffin number 83. I hope everyone is having a lovely morning. It's 10:41 on whatever day it is. Wednesday, the 27th. And yes, I'm recording this at 10:41 a.m. Central Time. You'll be seeing this later on today around 2 p.m. Central Time. For those of you who are in the UK, you'll see it tomorrow. Yeah, because I think you guys are like 10 hours ahead of me or something. But anyway, if you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you to all of my subscribers as always. But thank you for everyone for spending a little bit of time with me today. I try to keep this fairly short. I have 4 more days in this month before my birthday month is over. So after I show you what I have done for this past week on my birthday stitch, then next week I'll show you where I ended up at the end of the month. And then the birthday stitch will go into my rotation. And I've already put it in my rotation, but it'll go on my decision wheel. So I'm a little bit tired this morning. I stayed up until 3 in the morning playing games, and I know at my age that's probably not the smartest thing to do, but I started out playing Shop Titans, and then I ended up playing The Sims 4. I have been playing The Sims since they started, and even though I can no longer play 1 and 2 because they're not supported, and they just don't. I do have I might have The Sims 2 still. Sorry. But I think I have 3. I know I have 4, and I have several expansion packs and different, stuff packs and things like that for it. So, I can play. I have one. Let's see. Yeah, so let's just get to it. Probably won't be a long one unless I waffle along like I'm doing now. So I will start with Peaceful Shores. I have a spinning wheel for those of you who are new and don't know. A decision wheel, and it chooses which side piece I do in addition to my focus pieces. And this past week it was Peaceful Shores, which started out as a kit and now is just a chart, but the original pieces of it besides the picture. But I am working in this area. It is because this is an old kit, the chart is a one big piece, and it's then folded down into 4 parts. So I am starting on this section here. And I forgot, I think this is from the 90s, I'm not sure. But I'm working up in here in the clouds. Lots of fun. Not really, but gets it done. That's why it's taking me a little longer to get it done. I am doing this on 22 count Aida, 2/1 full cross. And I could have gotten away with doing it 1/1 full cross, I'm pretty sure, but so here's what it looks like. Not a lot there. I did add more over here. I started pulling this down. I added more right here. So you can see it's clouds. That's good. I don't think I have any back stitching in the clouds. But so you can actually, if I get the glare off of it, you can actually see here, this is the edge of the folded, the section, so, and then this is the edge of the other section. So there's that. Now normally this would be, it doesn't say on this one anyway. This one's from Bohemia, New York. Yeah. It's from Bohemia, New York. That's funny. It's a 9x12. So if it had been done on the original 14 count, it would be a 9x12 piece. Because I'm doing it on a 12 count, Aida is going to be small. But that's okay. I don't mind. It is a beautiful scene. It is very peaceful. I bought this because, way back when, because at the time I lived on Galveston Island in Texas, and I was very enamored of it. We did not have a lighthouse, which I am sad about, but, you know, it happens. Not everybody has a lighthouse. But yeah, but I enjoyed the beach scenes, and so that's why I have that. I will do my spin at the end because I've lost my mind. No, because next week I start back on my regular rotation. At the end of the month, I will start back on my regular rotation, which means I will be starting with probably with the Magica books, so that I can get more of that page done. I won't get that much done in 3 days, but I'll get it, you know, moving along. This is the Magica book. Sorry, it's all bent up. See, Marcy, I roll my stuff just like you do. It's all rolled up. Not all of them are rolled, but this one's sort of rolled. I mean, it's not, I guess it could be considered rolled. Marcy was saying that in her last video that she rolls her fabric, you know, her projects up before she puts them back in the bags. You know, she actually rolls them up. And she said that that her friends were telling her that they just folded theirs. I roll mine, especially if they're big ones. I typically, the only one that's folded actually right now is the carousel horse, and that was just because I needed to know. I just wanted a section, so it just happened to be that way. But I'm hoping in 3 days that I can at least get this part of the moth, or you know, whatever it is, done. I'm going to say moth, maybe a book moth. I would hope not, but you know, book moths are destructive. But yeah, I'm hoping to get that part. But as you can see, there's not much left to this page, but there's confetti, right? All this right in here is going to be confetti. This part is confetti, and then we'll have some blocks of color around there. So that's what I'm going to be doing after the end of the month, but that's why I'm starting on that. But today, I wanted to show you this. Now this is, get the book. The dust cover will go on at the end of the month. It will go back on. Just because I'm using it a lot and I don't want to tear up the dust cover, I have taken it off. But this book is from 1994. It is by Donna Cooler. She did the whole thing. And this is called, the piece that I'm working on is for my birthday, my May month. And it is, for those of you who haven't seen it before, Mother's May Fancy. And this is also split into 4. So, and I'm on this side. So I started on the back side. I did not do the boot or the little things here. There's that. Well, I apologize. I finished this side. I'm on this side. I forgot. I'm so sorry. I actually finished page 2, and I am now on page 3. And my goal was to get just the borders done on both sides. Because, you know, with my job and everything, it takes some time. I did it. I did it. So the entire bottom border is done. This border is done on this side, this bottom corner. And this is what it looks like now. As I said, one whole side is done. So the borders are done. I didn't think I'd be able to get more than that done, but as you can see, I did. So for the next 4 days, my goal is to do the other side of this flower pot, or this planter. Let me fold it down to make it easier for me to hold onto it. I guess it didn't make it easier, but we will do this somehow. There we go. So I would like to finish the rest of this on this side, and then see the little gate thing or whatever this is. I would like to get that done as well on that side. If I can get these two done by the end of the month, in about 3 days, then I will be thrilled. The forelegs are up here. There's a little bit of the saddle, like right here, or the belly right here, and then there's the forelegs that come down. So this part is on the top, the rest of the horse's body. So there's like a little bit of belly, and then there's the forelegs. There's the fan with a butterfly, this little gate thing, and then this. So the fan is going to be too big of a piece for me to finish in 3 days. That's why I'm shooting for doing the planter and then this thing. So I'll just work that way and try to get that done. And like I said, this is going in my rotation, so it may get, spun, and it may not. If it is not done by the end of the year, then what I will do is I will save it. I will take it out of rotation, and I will save it for next year's birth month, if it's not done by the end of 2026. So those are my two pieces. I didn't do a whole lot of cross stitching except for on those two. I have been busy working on my crocheting and on the business. So I have one big piece left to do, and then I will be ready for my second drop. But that's on another playlist. That's on my other playlist, Crochet Fun. So let's go ahead and do the decision wheel, and then we'll natter a little bit. It is my day off, and it is late because I stayed up late. So yeah, got distracted a minute. I apologize. See if I can find the thing now. I have completely forgot what I was going to say. I do apologize. Let's turn that down, otherwise you won't be able to see it. Okay, so there's my little wheel, and the sound is off because really. Alright, we're going to take it. It is murder! What is murder? It's a chart. It's not actually called murder. I just put it on the wheel as murder. It is a chart by Stitchman Darcy, which I bought, and I'll need to pull it up. It's red rum, but I put it in as murder. Let me see if I can pull it up so you can see it. There we go. So It's red rum, murder backwards. He did it on a mottled gray, and I am using one of his four colors, not the other one. But put that aside. I'm doing it on his yellow submarine, and my needle is right in the way. Give me 1 second. I do not have a needle minder on this one because I don't have enough needle minders. So that's the R in red rum. Not a lot, but I suspect that I'll be able to get more done now that I'm going to be actively working on it and not just working on it a little bit while I'm playing the game. So yeah, I will expect to see more work done. Now, here's a question for you. And should I outline? Should I backstitch the letters as I go along, or should I do the whole thing and then do the backstitching? Because there is some backstitching on here, and I'm kind of up in the air about it. I don't know if I want to do it as I'm going along or wait till the end. So if you guys would help me out with that, that would be great. And I'm trying to see. Okay, here it is. I have all my stuff right here. Is this it? Yeah, I think so. I have all my stuff right here, so I was trying to figure out where it went. And I need to put this one away. Pardon me. There we go. I'm a little bit close to the table I have here. Work is doing well. For those, I should say this. That is the end of our cross-stitching program. That's the end of that segment. If that's all you're interested in, I wish you well, and I will see you next week. If you want to stick around a little bit and listen to me run on and waffle a little bit, you can stick around and do that. I have been trying to read. I am a voracious reader if the story catches my eye. And I forgot, I took it off here. If it catches my attention. And I've been trying to read things. I thought lit RPG sounds great. I will be able to read some really fun stories. The only one that I have found that I like is the one by Pirate ABBA, or Pirate ABA, which is The Wandering Inn, that is on another channel. I have a list, not another channel, on another video. 81, I think, or 82 has the information for what it's called. But the other lit RPGs that I've been trying out, I really don't care for. I am basically burnt out right now of anything paranormal, mysteries, romances, the whole thing. Just burnt out of it. I have been listening to audiobooks on YouTube, and they're AI generated stories. You can tell just by the way the stories are written, and there's a lot of repeat sections, but the stories themselves are pretty decent, and I use it as background noise for when I'm stitching or doing, crocheting or something. I've been listening to steampunk music, and I'm sure that's probably AI generated as well. I'm not real sure. There's albums of it on YouTube, so I just listen to the operas or whatever they call them. They're like an hour long, and I like use, that's there's no repetition in those, and the music is good, so I listen to that when I'm not listening to some other playlists that I have. But I like the ambient sounds in the back while I'm stitching or doing something. I have not been watching anything on TV, not streaming anything. After season 25 of Midsummer, is it season or series? Here in the US it's season, and it's called season because we have a spring and we have a fall lineup. Or something like, or no, sorry, it's fall and winter. Fall, winter. Anyway, we have two different seasons where we have reruns and we have regular runs, and that's on our regular TV. Cable has kind of mishmashed stuff up because they've done, because now you can binge watch an entire season or series. And the reason why I'm asking is because I was reading a Doctor Who thread, and a guy actually, I'm saying, not a guy, I don't know if it was a guy, I'm assuming it was a guy, I shouldn't do that, but anyway, this person posted and was pissed because they were using the word seasons instead of series, and then he was pissy because we in the United States call autumn fall, and I know other places probably call autumn fall as well. Now, this is my opinion because I haven't studied the history of this, but as far as seasons go, spring is self-descriptive. Plants spring out of the ground, spring out of their mother's wombs, or their bodies, because eggs don't, anyway, things spring in spring. Okay, summer, not very descriptive. Burning time might be more descriptive, I don't know. Sauna time for those of us that are really, really hot. And I am sorry for those of you in the UK who are burning up right now. Your heat over there is comfortable for us over here in Texas. But anyway, I do commiserate with you. Fall, autumn. Okay, autumn is not very descriptive. Fall is. Leaves fall. That's the best thing I can say. Leaves fall, so it's fall. I'm sure other things fall because it's a good time. It's basically hunting season during the fall. So animals fall to the hunter. They fall to other animals who are hunting, to bears and stuff that are hunting squirrels, hunting nuts that fall. So, that's descriptive. Winter, that should be called its F time, okay? That should be freezing, your bodily parts off time, especially for those of you, not me per se, not Texas per se, except in the last couple of years we've been stunned by winter. But yeah, so in the US I am guessing that's why we use the word fall instead of the word autumn. Autumnal, no, it's fall. It's things fall over here, at least. I'm sure it falls over there too, over in Europe. But it just struck me as kind of, why would you rant about something that had nothing to do with the TV series, with Doctor Who at all? Okay? So we call them seasons. Who cares? If you call them a series, who cares? It is a show. It's a TV show that the English and, that the people in the UK and in Europe like, and that the Americans like. So who cares? Now, I will get pissy. I will actually probably seriously boycott the show if they ever make an American of Doctor Who. That would ruin, for me, would ruin everything. So, please, BBC, stay true to the show and do not cast an American as Doctor Who. Just make them a companion. If you really need to have an American in there, and I don't think you really need to, but you know, you have other nationalities that have been in there, so maybe an American. But oh, I am so sorry, I forgot. Oh, I'm gonna kill my... No, I will not do that. I am very upset with myself because Captain Jack Harkness is American. I am not the actor, but I think the character was American. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I know there's a lot of Whovians out there who stitch. Okay? If you're a Whovian and he is not an American, please let me know. If not the actor, not Barrowman. Is it Barrow or Barrowman? Anyway, not the actor, the character. If the character is not American, please let me know, because I know he worked for Torchwood after he left, after the Doctor left him, but I don't remember if that was in where it was, if it was in the UK or in the US. Anyway, so I'm a little sorry. We have cross stitch or Flosstube nose, and I have Flosstube eye. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the little rant. It was just something that I had remembered from trying to watch shows. So, but yeah, I haven't really watched anything since Midsummer. I haven't really wanted... I'm not much of a TV watcher, but there are certain shows that I do watch that I do enjoy watching, but not all the time. Midsummer was the only exception to that, and Doctor Who, and I can't get Doctor Who right now. Yeah. I will say one last thing about Doctor Who, so sorry about that, but the last Doctor, Nugatti, I think is his name, the actor that played him, a lot of people were complaining that every time he turned around he was crying, and that he was wearing dresses and doing this and doing that, and I'm like, okay, in the beginning, when he first shows up, when the toy maker forces the Doctor to generate, or not to generate, he was trying to force him to regenerate, and because David Tennant's Doctor was fighting it, he ended up generating. He ended up splitting into two. And this shows you mind over matter to a point. But anyway, because of that, there ended up being two Doctors at the same time, which does not normally happen. And they go through and they deal with the toy maker, which was played by the Doogie Howser guy. I still remember him as Doogie Howser, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But anyway, they deal with him, and then at the end, when Nugatti's Doctor is getting ready to, go off, he tells David Tennant's Doctor that therapy or something happens in reverse. Therapy or recovery or something like that happens in reverse. And that is why he's so happy-go-lucky, and David Tennant's still an emotional mess. And so then he's like, so basically David Tennant is supposed to stay behind, he's supposed to stay on Earth with Donna, and he is supposed to get over his centuries of trauma. And considering that he will live a very, 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 very long time, barring any unforeseen accident that decapitates him, I guess, you know, he's going to be able to work through that. He's going to have time to work through all of that. Nugatti, his doctor, he wouldn't automatically be fine. He would not automatically be stable just because Tennant's doctor is working through, you know, his issues, their issues. He's still got issues to work through. But Nugatti's doctor is also more sensitive than he has ever been, even when he was female. And so, yeah, I do agree that he didn't need to be crying at the drop of a hat on, you know, every episode, but on most episodes. And of course, the cross-dressing and the kissing of, you know, same-sex men, that doesn't make sense. You know, his behavior was of a man who was still discovering himself. His repression and his background, his past, was no longer pulling him into one persona. He was spreading his wings. He had been female finally, so he knew how that felt. Even though, you know, they had problems with, you know, Whittaker's. They didn't do it right, in my opinion. He was still a man inside of himself, inside of the character. The character was still male. The psyche was still male, even though the outside was female. So her having a lesbian affair was keeping in character because he was not actually a she. It was a he. His psyche was still he. So anyway, that's probably controversial, and I'm sorry if I've upset anybody, but it's my opinion as to that. So I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get off of here because I still have a lot of things to do. I will see you next week, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you on the flip side.